this is Kellyanne Maddox for Life Coach Hub, and I'd like to talk a little bit about how to end a negative cycle of thinking. Our negative cycles of thinking a lot of the time come from our limiting beliefs, and we don't realise the huge emotional impact that limiting beliefs have on us because they become kind of second nature after a while. They're so ingrained in what we think and what we do that we forget that we are actually able to identify our limiting beliefs and ultimately release ourselves from them. I was working with a client recently to try and establish the 3 main limiting beliefs which were holding him back from getting the career that he really wanted, and we established that his 3 limiting beliefs were: other people are so much better than me, what do I have to offer? It's too late to change my career path now, and I don't deserve to be happy with my career because of opportunities I've passed up before. If any of these limiting beliefs sound familiar to you, or you are aware that limiting beliefs are holding you back consistently, then it's time to get honest about those limiting beliefs. It's time to write them down and explore and address them. And one thing that we do which often helps us to release ourselves from our limiting beliefs is to try and identify their root causes. And the root cause for a limiting belief could be in one of 2 places mainly. The first place, it could be in an experience you had in adulthood which was disappointing or disheartening or traumatic, and it could also lie in childhood with examples that you were given in childhood or experiences you had that ultimately shaped you. For example, I worked with a client a few years ago who was having difficulty with finances. She had a very bad relationship with money, and we established after a while that the root cause of her bad relationship with money was watching her mother during childhood having those same bad habits and having a very difficult relationship with money herself. So it was basically habits that had formed in childhood from watching the adults around her. And once we'd established that that was the root cause, we could then understand that she needed to forgive her mother for positing those bad habits, forgive herself for taking on those bad habits, and then finally to put a better action plan into place to have a healthier relationship with money and to identify with the subject of finances in a new way that was going to be better for her. One technique that I would suggest is great when you're trying to lift a negative cycle of thinking is the technique of reframing. So I'm going to use a really simple example now. Let's say, for example, that somebody is always really annoyed when it rains. They really don't like rainy weather. So when they look out of the window in the morning and they see that it's raining, they decide automatically that they're going to have a really bad day because it's horrible weather outside. This is the kind of limiting belief which is actually shaping somebody's experience before it even happens. So with reframing, what we're looking to do is we're looking to think of rain in a different way. We're looking to think of what the positives of rain are, the fact that it helps things to grow green and lovely, the fact that we can wander outside after work, maybe into the back garden with no shoes on and just enjoy the feeling of the rain on us. Try and actually reframe the whole concept of something that you dislike so that you can see it in a positive way, so that you can see the positives of it. Have you ever noticed how 2 people might react to the same thing completely differently? One person might think it's a minor inconvenience and somebody else might think it's the end of the world. It's about framing, it's about reframing your response to something so that you can see the positive side of it. And once you can do that, then a lot of your limiting beliefs are going to have a lot less of a hold on you. Get down to those root causes as well. Try and work out what's really causing your limiting beliefs so that you can release yourself from the bonds of the past and actually walk more confidently into your future.